Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a really special weekend. We are at the 24-hour of Nurburgring. This is a really special weekend. We have come here with Michelin, and the weather is very unreliable, acting up. There was hail yesterday. Today is Friday. We were already here yesterday. On Thursday, we drove from Munich, and we are here at the Nürburgring. You see the track coming down right behind me, and it's pretty cool. The cars are turning. They're on the Nordschleife at the moment, so they pass by once every 10 minutes or so. But it's a pretty cool weekend, and behind me there's one coming. So we're here for the whole weekend from now until Sunday. We're actually going to spend the whole Saturday night over on the track. So we're going to try to stay for the whole 24 hours. And it's going to be pretty crazy. We actually didn't even book a hotel room for the night. We have no other option but to stay on track. There's a lot of great racing happening. Max Verstappen is here, which is causing absolute chaos. The weekend is sold out for the first time in a long time because of all the excitement around his performance. The GT3 cars are packed. There's 41 GT3 cars running this weekend, over 160 cars in total, with about 500 to 600 drivers. I think the number is roughly about. There's a historic cup happening today, a 3-hour race. It's pretty cool. And we're just walking over to another area. We're here by bikes, so we're gonna be able to explore a little bit with the bikes as well. Go see the crazy camping spots, and it's gonna be pretty wild. So we are now in one of the grandstands, in the AMG grandstands at the end of the start-finish straight. And it's looking pretty cool. And you see the cars coming down now. This is the Row team. So these guys were the winners last year. And it's pretty cool. So we are now watching top qualifying 2, which is the top 20. They're going in, there was a yellow flag earlier because one of the Mercedes actually had a crash. So the top 20 are running at the moment. There'll be the top 12 running later. It is so loud because of the big speakers. I hope you can't hear it too much, but it's pretty crazy. So we are now inside what is called the Ring Boulevard. It is this massive area inside the main Nürburgring building, and we're going into the BMW M space and checking out the lounge. And it's a pretty cool space that they have with a lot of merch and some iconic race cars, and a nice view onto the ring as well. So pretty cool. And you see here from the BMW area a very nice view onto the start-finish line with the pits over there. And this would be really cool when the race is running. It's a cool view. So we're in the Mercedes area, and there's actually a guy who is building an engine live in front of us, which is pretty cool. And he has all the parts laid out in the back over here, and then you have this fancy contraption in the front there. And he's building out a whole engine, which is pretty cool. So we are now in the central paddock area. If you see, this is where Max's garage is, and so this is why there's so many people waiting out front, because everyone is trying to get a glimpse of Max Verstappen this weekend. It's pretty hectic. They've even taped over the windows from the garage just to make sure that so many people don't keep peeking in all the time and cause this little traffic jam in front of his garage. It's pretty crazy. But we're in the main pit lane paddock area, and we're about to go up on the roof to go watch a little bit of the racing from up top. So we are now coming up on the roof of the paddock center, and this is pretty cool because you have this beautiful view of all of the paddock. You have all of the tire centers in the back there, Goodyear, Michelin, and the other ones we won't mention. And in front down here, you have all the garages that are all just, yeah, lined up really well. And now on this side, a big line of people because top qualifying is happening at the moment. And yeah, it's a pretty cool spot to watch them come down the start finish line. So yeah, we have the grandstands on this side, garage area below us, and yeah, start finish line right here. So just filming on the iPhone quickly because I don't know how waterproof the Osmo is, but we are still up on the roof, but it has started like hail, snowing-ish thing. And so everyone is coming in for intermediate or wet tires because the track is getting pretty wet. And so, yeah, look at this. Like it's coming down like this weird hail rain thing. Pretty crazy. And so, yeah, the cars have come in. We had this yesterday as well. It makes no sense. And yeah, so these guys are coming to change tires, and now they're gonna go back out. So quick little lunch break in one of the fan areas. We're literally in the middle of the paddock. It's pretty cool. This is what we were just talking about with Julien is they basically don't lock really anywhere in this area apart from the actual garages themselves, which is super cool and very unusual. Didn't really expect that basically you can just walk anywhere you want within the garage area and it's open to everyone, right? Like it's really, really cool. It gives you like a view into the perspective of the racing that's, you know, super intimate. And of course you can't go into the garages. That's one place you can't go, which makes sense because it is so tight in there. But overall, it is a really, really cool experience. And yeah, taking a bit of a break. The sun's actually shining, which is ridiculous because literally probably the last shot you saw was actually us getting hit by hail. And now we're back in the sun. So it just shows you the weather this weekend is so unpredictable. But yeah, we're having a good time and it's a really fun day. We're here with the HEMSTRS Racing guys. These guys behind me are part of the HEMSTRS crew, and they are racing this really cool E30. And they're in the DHLM series, which is the Deutsche Historische something. So it's basically an old school series of classic cars that are going to be racing in a bit. So they've finished getting the car ready. They've done the last couple of changes. And yeah, it's looking great. They've got the camera strapped up to the front, looking really, really cool. And they're going to be racing in a couple hours, so they've been finally getting the car prepped and ready. The drivers have been doing their prepping and their planning, and yeah, they're talking to the Hoosier guys there, so those are their tire sponsors. And of course, BMW Classic is another one of their sponsors, Napa. These guys qualified P8 yesterday, which wasn't ideal for them, but it was because of the ever-changing weather, and yeah, they kept changing tires a little bit too often in terms of, you know, getting dry, and then they were on dry tires in the wet, and then on wet tires in the dry. So it's a hard track to judge, and the weather keeps changing all the time. But we're hoping for a dry track today for their race. So the action is picking up. Everyone is starting to drive. The guys from the garage have gotten ready, and they're about to start going to the pits. And yeah, you can see the whole team here. Excitement's ramping up, and yeah, it's about to be crazy. We are now in the garage. This is pretty crazy. We're surrounded by race cars, and we're actually in the the BMW touring garage, and the guys are setting up the comms. So yeah, they're actually FaceTiming each other with the camera that's in the car for comms, which is pretty cool. And they skipped the expensive comms for the helmets, and so there's just Apple headphones, wired headphones that they plug into the iPhone and then just call each other. Honestly, we're pretty lucky being in here with the Hofmeister guys because they're with the touring car, and look at this. Like, getting to be so close to this touring race car is fantastic. But the race is about to start. The first category start driving. These guys are going to drive now as well. They're getting all set up in the car. The nerves are high. So the guys are currently reassembling the cars. You see they've put the fenders back on, the doors back on. They're now putting the back trunk piece back on. and yeah, it's pretty cool. A lot of quick releases, and yeah, only the front doors are actually real doors. The other ones are all just clipped on, and this one is the same. Okay, so the boys are off to a flying start. Ollie is flying from the get-go. They started 8th, and we're about half an hour in, and they are currently P1. He's been driving like a maniac, and yeah, it's pretty crazy. Everyone is, you see the the legs are shaking, and yeah, the team is very focused because yeah, this is pretty crazy. So the boys are getting ready for driver change, and it started raining, so they might actually switch to some rain tires. They're currently P1 in their category. I think about 15 seconds in the lead, but yeah, the rain is coming down now, and yeah, driver change is getting ready. So we're currently in the pit lane, and yeah, you have all the garages here, everyone waiting, watching the live streams. Cars are driving past on the outside there. And inside, just a Beamer, getting ready. And this is to show you how busy the garage is. These guys are having to push the car off to the side because these guys are coming back in now. And yeah, it's pretty hectic. So these guys, because there's another car that's meant to park here. So these guys actually need to go in the middle right here. And it's like, how do you even fit all of that in here? So the boys are getting ready for another driver change. They're going out now. And yeah. Okay, so the guys are coming in. So I'm going to quickly have a quick look. Changing drivers. They're sticking onto their tires for the moment. So we are in the pit lane. It's pretty cool. This is definitely the only time I will get to be in the pit lane this weekend. And yeah, it's really cool. Big thanks to the Hofmeister guys. The cars are running down the track over there. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, so this wraps up Friday. The guys from Hofmeister are behind me, and we're having a good time in their little tent, having some beers. They put some sausages on the barbecue, and overall they finished P3, which is, yeah, a great result for them, starting P8. Of course, they would have loved to do more. They were P1 at one point, but unfortunately, it just slipped past them by a little bit. They raced incredibly, though, and they really sent it. They had to manage some rain. They had to manage, you know, some few challenges here and there. So yeah, overall they did really good. And so now we're just having a good time in there with them. We're about to head home. Tomorrow's going to be an early, bright morning. So yeah, I'm going to call it a day, and we'll see you guys bright and early Saturday morning. See you guys. Ciao. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to day 2 of, well, day 2. Day 1, day 2, I don't know. I've lost count now. It is Saturday morning. It's exactly 9 a.m. We've been on track for about half an hour. The coffee is starting to kick in. Was not awake getting on track this morning, but we wanted to beat the traffic, so we came in and we only had about 5-10 minutes of traffic, so it was super chill. And yeah, we're parked up. The sun is actually shining. You see the sky is blue behind me, so at least this morning is going to go well for us. There's a grid walk. There's the start-finish straight. We have a few things to do. We want to take the bikes today and go to Brünchen or Carousel. Let's see how far we can get, but explore the track a little bit more on, let's say, the side of the Nurburgring that is, you know, known for and famous for. This morning we're just walking around. It's very quiet still, not too many people. It's gonna get really packed and really hectic today. I already know how bad it's gonna get because of how yesterday we got a small taste of that. So yeah. come along with us today and let's explore the paddock this morning. So you see, compared to yesterday, there's a lot less people. It's still pretty chill. The cars are coming out because some of them have to go towards inspection. But as I mentioned yesterday, right, you see like these guys are probably the ones that want to come out, but these guys have to move the car first for these guys to even be able to come out because of how tightly packed the garages are.
La partie gestion des pneus.
Ouais.
On a des magasiniers qui gèrent les pneus. Comme je vous l'ai dit, on ne vend pas les pneus.
Ouais.
Les pneus sont suivis au matricule. Pour s'assurer que les pneus qu'on a mis à disposition reviennent bien. Si les pneus sont suivis au matricule, ça vient à l'unité.
Ah oui.
On séquelle les pneus du pneu de la fabrication jusqu'à la fin de vie.
Ouais.
Là, on est un peu en mode.
Oui, bah oui, là c'est.
Parce que c'est pas comme en WEC où on a des outils. Sur le stock.
Ah ouais.
Sur ce week-end,
Pardon.
Sur ce week-end, rien que pour les pneus corpaux,
Ouais.
c'est-à-dire les pneus confidentiels, on en a 5000.
5000, wow.
On a 3000.
So it is currently 9 something, and the historic cars, the old DTM cars, are doing some practice laps before their race, and it is so loud. The Mercedes cars on the deceleration are ridiculous. So we're just chilling here in some of the grandstands. And yeah, it's pretty cool because there's everything from Minis to Aston Martins to BMWs, and there's quite a few different generations because there's some E36s, E46s, E30s. It seems like I think the Mercedes, I'm not exactly sure what engine they have, but I think it's a V10 because hear this thing scream. That thing is screaming and shooting flames at the deceleration. So we are here in the grandstands, public grandstands here at the bottom. We have a very nice view of the track. Main practice is going to start in 9 minutes, so should be pretty exciting. It's gonna last for an hour. And so we're just chilling here. There's a bit of sun, a bit of clouds, but the sun comes out a little bit. Drew's over here eating his snacks. And yeah, we're just having a good time. Good start to the day. And yeah, amped up for the day, but also a bit scared of how we're gonna make it through the whole night. But yeah, it should be an experience. So behind me, some of the Tourenwagen Legenden cars are getting ready. These are old race cars from, yeah, anything between basically the late 90s to the early 2000s that are lining up. Some of them behind me, and then some of them are on the other side in their paddock. And yeah, their race is about to start. It's like a 25-minute show race, but the cars sound really, really incredible. But look at this. If you look on this side, look how busy all of these grandstands are getting. The race is about to kick off, and everyone is already lining up for the big race. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. So we have now made it to a side of the track. Behind me, you see all the people lined up. Everyone is actually lining up to go walk onto the track for the starting grid. So it's going to be pretty cool. But yeah, everyone is already in line. You see they've filled out this whole parking lot just as space. And then we're going to walk a bit this way and then back along the straight. Okay, so we're now walking up the hill, up to the start-finish straight. And yeah, it looks pretty cool. Everyone's walking up. It's pretty cool. So we have the safety car on this side, and now we're starting to see some cars up ahead. So yeah, walking up into the grid, which is super cool. So here we have all the back category cars, which are a lot of E46s, E90s. What is this, a Cupra? You see on the screen, the people are starting to line up along the track for the parade lap. You have the HWAs here, all lined up. These are such cool cars, really bringing the 90s DTM spirit back. So cool. And here you have the most exciting car of the race, the Touring. So many people lining around to see this thing. This is the showstopper of the Nurburgring 24 hours. And I can't wait to see how it lands at the end of the race. But yeah, it's doing really good. And now we're getting up to top something, top 5 or whatnot. But then afterwards, the marshals actually are closing off the track. And so you can't see the final guys that are racing. Because yeah, I guess this is the ones that have too much heat, too much attention, and so yeah. You see, this is the final grid. This is where all the cool cars are, and yeah, they cut that off, which makes sense because you don't want too many people in here. This is probably also where all the drivers are getting into their zone. So yeah, really cool. Okay, so it's time to get out. Everyone's making their way towards the exits. The race is going to start. It's going to be pretty crazy. Grandstands are fully packed, and the tension is rising. And yeah, it's about to be wild. So super exciting. The grid is so packed. It's wild. And yeah, it's go time. The question is, who will be on top? Will it be Max? Will it be BMWs? Not sure. The Rose won last year, and the question is, can they do it again this year? Will Max beat him out? Will the Touring win? I don't know. Maybe it could, probably not. But yeah, time to go now. You can feel the tension in the air. Everyone is starting to get a little bit stressed. And yeah, after green flag, we still have a few laps or a few turns before they make it to us because we're on the back of the GP track right before they get off onto the rest of the Nordschleife. So yeah, there's going to be a bit of lap times, and who knows who will be first by the time they get to us. Okay. They're screaming in the speakers.
Wann schaltet sie auf grün?
The lights are green.
Die beiden Abt, Lamborghini, der Lamborghini, das ist der Spitzname. Und jetzt geht es los. Aufstehen. Machtrabatts, Renntage sind Feiertage. Und wir feiern
oh my
euch.
goodness.
Und wir feiern den
The speaker
der Sprint
is going
zum
ridiculous. Everyone is standing up.
Und guck mal, Dani Roget im Mercedes
they're coming down the track.
Kommt da die Attacke. Wow. BMW M4 GT3.
Aber es ist klar, wenn 41 Weltklassefahrer gegeneinander fahren, das ist da ja auf Augenhöhe, da muss die ein oder andere
So we are currently sitting in the Michelin lounge. We're having a great time with the racetrack on the side here. It's a bit chilly, so we're just sitting and recovering a little bit, but currently we're about 2 hours into the race, and a Ferrari is actually first with 2 Fords sitting behind it, and Max Verstappen is currently 6th, and the Touring is currently out of the top 10, but something is happening on the screen. I think Verstappen is doing a very good overtake, So yeah, 2 hours in, feeling great, taking a bit of a rest. But yeah, the Michelin lounge is super nice. You see here, there's the live stream over there in the back, and then we have the view of the track. So we are now walking towards one of the campsites, and what's pretty cool is we have to go through the Nurburgring town center, and what you see here up at the top there is the actual Nurburg, which is the castle that the little town is named after. But yeah, we're gonna go this way. Je pense on va par là. We're gonna go this way, and I believe this leads us to the campsite.
Ah oui, j'ai vu ça, la vidéo.
So we just got rained on slightly, but we are now in the middle of part of the Nurburgring campsite. I filmed some stuff on the iPhone as well, but there are tents everywhere and some crazy setups with large viewing platforms and yeah, these, let's say, semi-private camps with hot dogs and everything. And yeah, super cool what these guys are setting up. And you see just all the way down here, campsites all the way along. So we're back at a spot where there's a bit of debris right up above on the track. And so here is right where they re-accelerate. Okay, so it's hour 3.5 of the race, 20.5 more hours to go. That's funny to say out loud. And Max is currently first. The Touring is currently in P10. Race is going pretty well, I think, but it's really hard to follow without a screen and just walking around. We've been through the campsite. We're going back towards the GP track now because we actually have a barbecue at the Michelin booth, which is generously organized by Michelin. So yeah, it's gonna be really nice. And we're gonna go chillax there for a bit. And yeah, let's see where the night takes us. So we are now in the Michelin lounge, and we're just watching the big screens. We're in some cozy couches, having some dinner, and yeah, just watching the live stream, which is nice. Getting to see a little bit of what the race is doing, and yeah, the lounge is really nice actually. So yeah. Okay, so something really cool. I look super tired. Don't mind that. We're about, it's 8 p.m. So it's 18 hours and 40 minutes left in the race. So it's been, quick math, it's been 4 hours and 20 minutes that we're racing. I am actually in a box. Like, in a box. Racetrack, start finish line right here. You see the grandstands in the distance. And yeah, in a box. Live timing, live TV. And it's really, really cool. And I'm going to be enjoying the box for a little bit. Unfortunately, Julien wasn't able to come, but he is enjoying the track out in the elements. There was a bit of rain earlier, but now it's back to dry. And yeah, really cool to see the cars come down the start-finish straight. And I'm going to try to film 1 or 2 things and show you guys. So it's a bit later in the night and the sun is setting here in the distance. It's actually... It's 8:50, and yeah, the sun is setting and the cars are driving past, and yeah, it looks fantastic. So it is hour 6, not enough hands anymore, of the race. It is currently golden hour. It is 9 p.m. and the cars are racing. The sun is setting. Max is currently in first. The Touring is in 5th. And yeah, this is a beautiful view to finish the day off on Saturday. I mean, the night is only getting started now, but yeah, it looks fantastic and it's really, really cool to be here. And we're only about 6 hours in, so we have 1/4 of the race done, so 3/4 left. So we have just made it. We biked for about 30 minutes and we've now made it to Brünchen, which is one of the iconic areas of the Nurburgring, because you have the cars coming down the hill like this and then all the way back up. So this is a really, really iconic area. And look at this. So we are now in the back parks of Brünchen, and there's such a nice camp. They have the stand with the TV, and on this side you have all the viewing stands, but it's getting pretty dark, but it's super cool, and all of the setup is just so cool. So look how incredible this is. They come down the steep hill this way and then over as fireworks are going off, but they come down the hill straight through and then back up on the other side. The elevation change on this side is ridiculous. I can't even imagine what it must be like to drive this course, like going down the hill like this. You can't really tell, but it is so high up here and then it comes so far down and back the other way around. So cool. Okay, so we have gone full night mode. We've put the torch on and the cars are coming. Wait, let me turn the light off and look at this. Okay, so look at this. Behind me, the open gate is right here, and look, just behind me, the guys are driving, and it's so cool. So there's this is where the safety car is waiting. And if it needs to come out, it'll just come out right here. We're right after carousel, and yeah, the cars are driving through. So cool. We're about 8.5 hours in, and yeah, we're currently walking to carousel. So this is probably the only time we're gonna get to see it, but we're gonna see it at night, which will be pretty cool. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. But this is crazy. Like, we're walking through these campsites, and it's like music festivals / camping / a race. So yeah, it's really wild altogether, and it's it's a pretty crazy experience. It's like 12:30, not tired at all, but we still have quite a while to go, and yeah, let's see what happens. So you definitely cannot see me now, but we have made it all the way to Carousel, one of the most iconic turns in racing, in any track. And look at this. The car's just coming in, taking the turn. You hear them hit the floor and then re-accelerate back out. So it is now 1:30, and we are walking back. It is starting to calm down. The music has been turned down in some areas. A lot of these constructions where people are standing on have emptied out. A lot of the drinks and food vendors are closing. So it seems like the 24 hours do go on, but everyone needs a bit of sleep to probably be able to enjoy the rest of Sunday as it comes. Because yeah, you just can't go all night. But some people can, but definitely not us. We are walking back, and yeah, it's getting a bit dark in some paths, so have the head torch, but still being surrounded by the sound of race cars. So we are done with Brünchen. We're gonna get back on the bikes and go back towards the paddock, but yeah, it's been pretty crazy, and we have about half an hour bike ride left, but the party goes on that side, and these guys behind at Brünchen are actually still going pretty strong. So yeah, but now we're gonna bike back and yeah, see where we go next. Good morning, everyone. It is 6 a.m. My God, the night was, yeah, I'm not awake to talk about it enough yet, but you see the sunrise behind me in the distance. It's starting to look really nice, and we're gonna grab a quick coffee and try to start Sunday semi-right. So there are 8.5 hours left in the race. So quite still a while to go. We are now back in the AMG grandstands at the end of the start-finish straight. Max is currently first. Behind him is the other Mercedes, and then behind them is an Aston Martin, and then behind them is the BMW, and then behind them is the Touring. So the Touring is still fifth, which is great. But the gap between first and second is 24 seconds, so they've built a good gap, and they've completed 98 laps, which is crazy. 98 laps of an over 20-kilometer track is ridiculous. But yeah, the sun was rising. We're sitting here and enjoying a little bit of the view, and yeah, definitely tired. Oh, here you go, look, the Touring coming through. You definitely couldn't see it, but there it is. So we came back from our little night adventure at 1:30, and then we went into the Michelin Lounge, which was technically closed. Yeah, it was technically closed, and so we just sat in the couches in the dark for like an hour and a half maybe, and slept a bit. But then we were woken up by how cold we were, because it's like 0 degrees outside in the middle of the night. And so then we went inside the Michelin truck, which is where the employees are working, and we just sat in a corner. Luckily, no one was there because they all went back to the hotel to take a bit of, get a bit of sleep. But yeah, we were there and we sat in a chair and half slept for maybe another hour and a half until 5:40-ish, and now it's 6:30. So yeah, we walked around a bit, got some coffee. It has not kicked in yet, but yeah, racing is still going on. Let's see how long we last today, but at some point we're not going to make it to the end because one, the traffic's going to be so bad when we leave, and two, that's a long time away from now, 8 more hours, and we're not going to make it that far because we still have a 5-hour drive back to Munich. So yeah, but last night was super, super fun. Honestly, such a wild experience. Like the campsite and everything, super crazy. Yeah, can't believe it. So here are the leaders in the race, number 1 and number 2, stopping for some new tires. You also have the HWAs up in here. But yeah, these guys changed some tires. So we were actually having a look with Julien on the state of the pit stop situation, and it is pretty impressive because actually the most teams have stopped about 14 or 15 times now in 17 hours, which is pretty impressive. I mean, it's a lot of stops, but it also makes sense because a lot of things need to be changed: brakes, tires, drivers, a lot of fueling. So overall, it's pretty cool. and we were just at the top there, and there's just a constant flow of people coming in and out. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So we are back in another set of grandstands in the back of the GP track once again. Just sitting here watching the cars go by a little bit. There are some drops of rain coming down, as it does 4 days in a row now. And Max is still in the lead. He has a gap. Well, Max's team is still in the lead. I don't know if he's driving at the moment. I think he might be. But yeah, he's still in the lead. 10-ish second gap, maybe a bit more. The Touring is further down, maybe 6th at the moment. And yeah, but to be honest, the two Mercedes have such a gap at the moment compared to the rest. I think they're like 5 minutes ahead. So unless they both have some crazy problem that they need to take care of, looks like it's going to be a Mercedes win. And it could be that it is a Max Verstappen win. I'm guessing they'll have him cross the finish line when the time comes, but it is only 9 a.m. at the moment, so there's still quite a bit of time before the race finishes, and anything can happen. It could start pouring, somebody could crash, who knows, right? So yeah, still all for grabs, but Mercedes is very favorable at the moment. So quick race update, there are 3.5 hours left, but we're actually about to head soon because we're very tired, and also we need to beat the rush of the traffic so we can get home on time and not fall asleep at the wheel. But yeah, there's 3.5 hours left. Max's team is still in the lead with the other Mercedes behind. The Touring, the M3 Touring is currently 4th, and yeah, let's see if they stick it out like that. But yeah, we're currently walking around the paddock one more time just to take in the sights, and it's pretty cool because if you see here, there's actually one of the AMG cars on a trailer here, which is super cool because you see, I mean, it's been running for a while, and you just see the amount of, soot and damage that you accumulate over running that long. It's really, really cool, especially in the front, because when you look at the front, you see all of the tape that needs to be put, and yeah, this car is literally held together with zip ties and duct tape. So really, really cool. So this wraps up our Nurburgring weekend. We are going to be on our way back to the car now. There's still about 3 hours left of racing, but yeah, we're going to head out. I just want to say a big thank you to Michelin and Michelin Germany for having us. They've made this weekend really incredible, super welcoming, and it was a blast to spend time at their lounge, and they've made this weekend possible for us. So yeah, it's been a real blast, and yeah, they're the best. And they're also probably going to win for the 9th time in a row at the Nürburgring, which is a record. And so, yeah, good for them, hopefully. But I will put a small update around the race finish when it happens. Currently, Max has dropped back because they're probably having some suspension issues, I believe. And they are theoretically 7th at the moment now, which would really suck because they've been so solid this whole time. And who knows where the Touring is now. I don't know if that means the Touring might get a podium, but yeah, I'll update the race finish, but we're gonna go back in the car now and start driving home. And I hope you enjoyed watching this video. It's been an incredible weekend, and so remember to like, subscribe, follow along for the next video, and more events coming soon this year. And so until next time, ciao ciao.